Hello, friends. I've got a great practice for you today. It's the 12 poses for osteoporosis with 60-second holds. So I've had a lot of response from my previous osteoporosis videos asking for it. You guys asked for it, you want it, you need it, you want those 12 poses with a 60-second hold. I'm going to set a timer so we'll be pretty accurate with the 60-second holds. I've got us with 20 seconds in between to transition in between and set up. I like to build the poses from the ground up so that we're building a sturdy, strong pose. So also, if you need to pause the video to get set up, if I'm moving through that transition a little bit faster than you like, pause the video, get set up, and then you can resume the video. Also, if we're in that 60-second hold and it's a little too long for you, feel free to come out of it, rejoin us, or come out of it when you need to, and then set up for the next one. Join us on the next pose. But as you do this more frequently, more often, you're going to get stronger, you're going to get better, and you're going to get to that 60-second hold. So the study that Dr. Lauren Fishman did, he found that holding a pose from 12 to 72 seconds is beneficial. So if you're holding it less than 60 seconds, totally fine. Just try to hold it at least 12 seconds. But he also found that holding it more than 72 seconds did not give us any extra bone building benefit. So 12 to 72 seconds. We're going to go through the 12 poses. We're going to have a nice 5-minute relaxation at the end. So if you're ready, we're going to set up. I'm going to start the timer. Our first pose is going to be tree pose. So a lot of these poses, we have one side and then we do the other. There's a couple that we just do, it's one pose. It doesn't have two sides. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to start the timer. We're going to start with tree pose. So we start standing. We've got 20 seconds to get into it. Here we go. So stand with both feet hip width apart. We're going to balance on that left leg. Shift your weight into the left foot. Lift your right heel. You can have hands on hips. Slide the right heel over to the left leg. You could stay there or bring that right foot to the calf. You want to push the calf into the leg into the calf. Stand tall, little slight bend. We're already in our 60 seconds, so as I'm talking, there's a little slight bend in that standing leg, a little micro bend. And think of your arms as your tree branches. So you could have hands on the hips. I'm going to fall out of it. You could, and if you fall out of it, just move back into it. It's totally okay. You could have hands on the hips. You could have arms out into a T, palms down, palms forward. You could be into cactus arms. You could bring the hands up into a V or up overhead. So think of your arms as your tree branches. Pull the core in. If you've got the right foot on the left leg, push the foot into the leg and the leg into the foot. That's really going to help strengthen that left femur, the left hip. Keep breathing. We're going to come out of it. Lower down. Good work. Shake it out. Other side. So your right foot's going to be your standing leg. Lift your left heel. Slide the left toes over till that left heel touches the right leg. You can stay there or bring that leg higher. It could be on the inner calf. It could be on the inner thigh. Just don't push on the knee joint. So you be where you want to be. Pull the core in, little micro bend in that standing right leg, and then get your arms as your tree branches. Where do you want to be for this time? You can do this side. You can have different arm position. You could even have the palms at the heart. If you've got your left foot on the right leg, push the left foot into the right leg and the right leg into the left foot. And we're going to keep kind of opening that left knee out to the left. The core pulls in. You kind of zip. Imagine you have a big giant zipper on the belly and you're zipping it up. Shoulders relax down. Ground down through that foot and grow up tall through the crown of the head. Breathe. Steady breath. Focus on a spot, not moving. That helps us with our balance. Keep that isometric engagement of the leg and the foot. We're going to come out of it. Bring everything down. Shake it out. We're going into triangle. Wide leg stance on your mat, at least 3.5 feet apart. Right toes turn to the right, left heel shifts back. Line up right heel, left arch. We're going to hinge from the hip. Keep this right rib cage long and then bring this right hand down. Good. We're starting our 60 seconds. Left hand can stay on the left hip. Perfectly fine, especially if you have shoulder issues, or you can bring that left hand straight up. You want to keep this rib cage long. Try not to crunch the rib cage. If you're crunching, come up a little higher. You could also put just a tiny bend in this right knee. Sometimes that helps. Widening the feet might help a lot. You could have a chair over in front of you. You could have a block down here. But what I want you to do is hinge from that hip, keep tucking that right hip under, and roll the left hip under. This right rib cage is nice and long, and breathe. This top shoulder rolls back, so don't bring the arm forward. Roll it back, open the heart, open the chest, push through that left heel. Good. We're going to come out of it. Bring that left hand down. Little bend in your right knee. Come up and keep the feet wide. We're going to switch. Left toes turn to the left. Right heel shifts back. Line up your left heel, right arch. Keep the rib cage long. We're going to hinge to the left. Right hand on the right hip. We're going to bring this left hand down. Top shoulder rolls back. Don't turn towards the floor. Good. We're already in our 60 seconds. The legs are strong. You could have that little bend in that left knee if that feels better to the knee. You can keep right hand on right hip, or you can reach the right hand up. Keep that left rib cage long. So make any little adjustments. Once you get into a pose, you don't have to stay still. You can make some little adjustments. You can move your feet. You can feel more grounded. This top shoulder rolls back, the chest opens. Breathe, push that right heel into the floor. Breathe into the belly. Try to relax into the pose. Good. This left hip tucks down and under. The right hip rolls up. So that keeps that left rib cage long. You'll feel a good stretch and this inner left thigh. Okay, we're going to come out of it. Right hand comes down, little bend in that left knee. Come up, parallel your feet. We're going into warrior two. So keep your feet wide. Same thing as before, right toes to the right, left heel shifts back, line up right heel, left arch. We're going to bend the right knee this time and stack the shoulders right over the hips. Inhale, arms to shoulder level. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Pull the belly in, zip the belly up. We're looking over the right fingertips. Those arms are strong. We reach through the fingertips. Engage your back so you can kind of squeeze your shoulder blades together as you reach the arms apart. The right knee, right hip, think of it opening out to the right. The left knee crease, no bend in that left knee. So we want to push that left knee crease back behind you. Strong legs. Keep relaxing the shoulders down. Keep pulling the belly in, zipping up. You can look over the right fingertips. The middle finger will be your gaze point. If it feels better to your neck, you could look straight ahead. So there's always ways to modify these poses. Big breaths, legs are strong. Push those feet firmly into the floor. Feel that go all the way up the legs, into the hips, into the glutes. Gonna come out of it. Lower the arms, straighten the right leg, parallel the feet. We set up for warrior two on the other side. Left toes turn to the left, right heel shifts back. Important to line up left heel, right arch. Face the long edge of the mat, bend your left knee. Shoulders over the hips. Inhale, arms to shoulder level. Good. Exhale, you can turn and look over the left fingertips. The middle finger is your gaze. You could look forward if that feels better. Relax the shoulders down. As those hands reach away from each other, engage the upper back, kind of squeeze the shoulder blades together. Pull the belly in, zip it up. Think about that left knee, left hip. They're opening out to the left a little bit. That right knee crease pushes back. Both feet pushing firmly into the floor. As you do that, feel your legs engage. Feel it go all the way up the legs to the hips. Lengthen through the top of the head. Pull the belly in. That's your armor. We're in warrior pose. Good. Strong legs. Shoulders relaxed and core strong. Good. We're going to get ready to come out of it in a moment. Let's lower the arms, straighten the left knee, parallel the feet. Keep the feet wide, extended side angle. Right toes to the right, left heel shifts back. That same alignment, right heel, left arch. Bend your right knee. We're going to hinge over from the hips, from that right hip, hinge over. You can bring your right forearm to the right thigh. Left hand on left hip, roll the left shoulder back. Now you could stay here if that feels better to your shoulder. You could reach your left hand straight up, or you can bring your left arm by the left ear. So we already started that 60 seconds with the hand on the hip, because this is all just a variation of it. You want to push that right heel down into the ground. All your weight's going to the right because we're over that right thigh. So we want to activate that left leg and imagine a magnet on your left foot, and it's pulling that foot down into the ground. So that left leg nice and strong. You could bring this right arm on the inside of the right leg and push the right arm against the right leg and the right leg against the right arm. You're really activating that right hip and thigh. Keep your spine long. Don't round it. Don't bend it, but breathe. Coming out, left hand to left hip, strong legs. We're going to inhale and come up. Parallel your feet. Other way, left toes to the left. Right heel shifts back. We face that long edge of the mat. Bend your left knee, and we're going to hinge. Spine is long. Hinge over that left thigh. Bring that left forearm down. Right shoulder rolls back. Good. You can stay here with right hand on hip. You can reach your right arm up. You can bring right arm by the right ear. Push that right heel into the floor. The right leg, you need it to be big and strong. It's like an anchor to keep you from falling over to the left. Now, if you've got the forearm on that left thigh, keep it light. We want to use the strength in the torso. So we're not just resting, hanging out there. It's just barely there for support. Or think about trying to bring that left arm on the inside of the left leg and pushing the two against each other. So that's that resistance with our spine nice and long. You're breathing. And remember, all these, feel free to come out. If the 60 seconds is a little too much, you'll build up to it the more you do this video. Big breaths. You might feel some heat building up. Let's come out. Right hand to right hip. We're going to inhale, strong legs come up, parallel the feet. Next one, revolved triangle. So we're going to turn the right toes to the right, the left heel back, but I want you to walk the right foot over. So there's a little space between your heels. You're on narrow railroad tracks. Hinge forward, long spine. Bring your left hand to your right thigh. Pull your right hip back, turn to the right. So this might be what your revolved triangle looks like. Perfectly beautiful. You might think bringing the hinge a little more forward and the left hand to the right shin. You can keep that right hand on the right hip, but you're trying to pull that right hip back. Maybe think about lifting your right arm. So this pose is, I would say it's an advanced pose. So feel free to modify, come up higher, bring the hand on the right hand on the right hip. Do anything to make it feel more grounded, more sturdy, more strong. So you modify. The right hip pulls back, the left hip kind of shifts forward, and we're turning to the right. We're breathing. Let's come out. Right hand comes down, turn towards the floor, and hinge up. We're going to face the front. So parallel your feet, and we're going to go to the other way. So setting up is important. Left toes point to the left, but walk that right foot out to the right a little. So there's a narrow railroad tracks. Turn towards the left foot. Hinge forward, long spine. Right hand to left leg. Start with left hand on the left hip. Turn to your left a bit. You can stay right here. Feel your legs strong, feel grounded, make any adjustments. You might think of bringing that right hand lower, but you want to pull the left hip back and rotate your right hip forward. So it's a revolved triangle. Maybe left arm reaches up. Keep your legs strong. Keep the belly pulling in and up. Strong core. You can always come up higher. Perfect. And then maybe you can try lower, see what feels good. The legs are straight, the legs are strong. You could have a little micro bend in that left knee. Stay with your breath, full breaths. Coming out, left hand to left hip. Turn towards the floor, hinge up, parallel the feet, come to the front of the mat. Shake it out. We're coming down to the floor for locust pose. So come down to hands and knees. And then lower all the way onto your belly. Arms down by your side. Engage the legs. Lift the legs, toes point behind you. Lift your arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and lift the head and chest. So locust, we're pointing the toes. We're lifting the legs. We're lifting the arms. We're squeezing the shoulder blades together. Imagine you have a pencil between the shoulder blades and you're trying to hold it. The neck is long, so don't lift the chin too high. We don't want to crease the back of the neck. We want a nice long neck. Breathe into the belly. In all of these, rest if you need to, and then join back or pause in between transitions. Keep lifting the legs, keep squeezing the shoulder blades, reach the fingers back by the feet. Big, slow belly breaths. Long neck. Let's come down, lower down. Slide the hands under the shoulders, lift up into table, and we're going to come down onto our back for bridge. Down onto your back, knees stack over the heels, arms at your side, press the waistline down, feet are hip width apart. Inhale and lift, starting with the tailbone, lift up one vertebra at a time. Maybe walk the shoulder blades down and under, the feet firm into the mat. The legs strong, knees are parallel. Imagine there's a yoga block between the knees. You could try robot arms. So the arms bent, elbows at your side, arms close to the ribs, palms face each other, fingers point up. So that's just a variation of the upper body. You could also interlace the fingers underneath the back and really walk those shoulder blades together. Legs strong. Press the feet into the floor. Think about your knees sliding away from your hips. Your belly is soft. Don't puff it up. Don't tense it up. Let it be relaxed. Let it rise with your inhale, fall with your exhale. Let's come out of it. Roll the shoulder blades down. Exhale, lower down one vertebra at a time. Let's hug the knees into the chest, and we're going to roll up. We're going to get your strap and come back down. Unwind your strap. On your back, your knees are bent. You're going to wrap that strap around the bottom of the right foot and stretch that right foot up to the sky. Hold each end of the strap in each hand. And we want to push that right foot up towards the ceiling, but we want to pull it down with the strap. So this opposing forces of the right foot trying to push up, that right hip kind of opening or lifting, but the arms and the strap pulling it back down. So this is really strengthening for your right hip, your right femur bone. So that's the big leg bone in the thigh that hooks in to the hip socket. So just keep that isometric of the foot pushing away, but the strap pulling the foot down. Breathe. When we switch, we're going to just switch to the other foot. Nice big belly breaths. We're going to come down, bring that right foot down, and we're going to switch that strap on the bottom of the left foot. Stretch the left foot up to the sky. Hold each end of the strap in each hand, and your shoulders are relaxed. So elbows have a little bend in it. Push that left foot up, but pull it down with the strap. So you'll also feel this in the back of the leg, the calf muscles, the hamstrings, getting a nice stretch. On this side, we're working on our left femur bone, left hip, right? That left side of the pelvis. Nice big breaths. When the foot is up like this, you're also letting lymph fluid move back down from the feet and the ankles and the calves. Sometimes lymph fluid can accumulate there and give us puffy feet and ankles. Nice big breaths as you keep pushing the left foot away, but pulling the left foot down. So two opposing forces. Big breaths. When we switch, we're going to bring that strap around the right foot on the other side, and we're going to open out to the right. We're going to open the right leg out to the right. Okay, let's bend that left knee. Take the strap off. We're going to switch it back onto the right foot. Stretch that right foot up. Now hold both ends of the strap in the right hand. Left arm at your side, palm is up. Keep your back, shoulders, and hips flat. And we're going to slowly inhale and open the right leg out to the right. Any amount does not matter, but don't roll onto the right hip. You want to keep the back flat, hips flat, shoulders flat. Maybe try sliding that right hand down the strap so that your right elbow is on the floor, right? It's kind of propped up to support you. And just let that slowly, you let that right leg open however far it wants to open. It's okay if it's just barely open. You'll get better as you do this video. Same thing as we did when the foot was straight up. You're pushing the right foot away from you out to the right, but you're pulling it in with the right hand, with that strap. So you're also strengthening your right arm, your right shoulder. Big breaths. If the stretch becomes too much, just bring your right foot a little higher, but keep pushing that right foot away and pulling it in with the strap. So you can modify how far open that right foot is. Let's come out of it. Bring the right foot up, bend the knee, and we're going to switch. The strap goes onto the bottom of the left foot. Stretch the left foot up towards the sky. Hold both ends of the strap in the left hand, right arm at your side, palm is up. Slowly bring that left leg out to the left. Keep weight in the right side of the body. Keep your back flat on the floor, shoulders, hips flat. Maybe slide your left hand down the strap. You could have your left elbow on the floor, kind of a support, a prop. Push the left foot away from you, but pull it in with the strap. So those two forces are opposing each other. You're working on those big breaths. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. Keep the back flat on the mat. Weight in the right side. You could always bring that left foot a little higher. Just keep pushing the left foot away from you, but keep pulling it in. You adjust. You're going to get better at all of these poses the more often you do this video. Big, slow breaths. Let's come out of it. Bring the left foot up. Bend the knee. We're going to take the strap off. We're going to come up to sitting. So roll yourself up to sitting. We're going to go into a seated straight leg twist. Left leg stretches out. Bring your right foot in. Left toes up towards the sky. Left hand on right knee. Right hand behind you. Inhale, press into the floor. Lengthen. Exhale, turn to the right. We're going to pull that right thigh into the belly. So we're kind of compressing that right side of the belly. Chin is level with the floor. Each inhale, try to lengthen your spine. So I'm twisting from the waist. I'm not twisting from the hips. So keep that spine nice and long. Don't over twist. Don't over force the twist. So I get a lot of questions about twists, and you want to just make sure that it's a gentle twist. You're not overdoing it. You're not forcing it. But I want you to breathe into the belly. Think of length from the tailbone to the top of the head. Breathe into that belly. We want to feel the belly press into the thigh. We're going to inhale, come forward to come out of it. Right leg stretches out. We're going to bend our left knee. Get the weight even on the sitting bones. Right toes point up towards the sky. Your right hand on the left knee. Left arm back behind you. Inhale, push into that left hand to lengthen your spine. And exhale, turn to your left. Good. We're going to breathe into the belly. We're kind of turning from the waist. We're not torquing the hips. We're not torquing the spine. It's a gentle twist. The right toes stay pointing up. The head's right over the tailbone. We breathe into the belly. We feel the weight even on both sitting bones, so you're not leaning more to the right or more to the left. Gentle twist. We twist all day throughout our normal activities of the day. We're in the kitchen. We might turn to get something off the counter. We might be making our bed and twist. We reach and twist throughout the day, so it's important we strengthen the muscles to support our activities throughout the day, our twists. Big, slow belly breaths. Twists are fine, just don't overdo them. Don't over twist, don't over torque. Gentle, think of gentle. Let's come out of it. Inhale, come forward, stretch that left leg out. We're going to go into a bent knee twist. So bend your knees, bring your left heel by your right hip. Slide, you can keep that right foot away or you can slide it in more. Left hand on right knee, right hand behind you. Press into the floor, look forward, inhale, and as we exhale, we turn to the right. We always twist on an exhale. Same thing, get the weight even on both of those sitting bones, so we don't want to be more to one side or the other. Head over the tailbone, shoulders relaxed. Now, a variation on this one is you can pick up the right foot and bring it on the outside of the left leg. So we could cross that right leg over. But sometimes that causes us to shift all the weight into the left hip, left sitting bone, and the right side is light. So if that's what happens, you bring that right foot back on the right side of the leg. If you bring it on that other side of the leg, we want to push that right hip down. So we've got nice evenness on both sitting bones. Breathe into the belly. It's a gentle twist. Especially bringing that foot onto this left side of the knee, you'll have a tendency to overdo it. So don't overdo it. Good. We're going to come forward. If you bring that foot to the left, bring it right. Slide it out a little bit and bring that left foot under. And then we're going to do the other side. Right heel comes by left hip. You can keep that left leg away. Feel your sitting bones even. Maybe slide the left knee in, still even. Right hand on left knee, left hand behind you. Push the left hand into the floor. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, and turn to your left. So we're pulling that left thigh into the belly. We get a nice little compression on that left side of the belly. Head right over the tailbone. Big breaths into the belly. Keep that evenness in both sitting bones. If you want to try bringing that left foot onto the right side of the leg, make sure you don't shift the weight into that right hip. We need to push this left hip down and even it out. So you decide. There's no extra benefit from crossing that foot over. It's just a modification. It's just a variation. I usually like to keep the left foot right here on that left side of the leg because I'm sure that I'm getting the weight even in both sitting bones. And what's more important in a twist is your breath. Good. We're going to come out of it. We're going to come forward, stretch that leg out, right leg out, lean back on the hands, just windshield wiper the feet. So you've done 11 of the 12 poses. Our last pose is our final relaxation. We've got 5 minutes in it. So let's come down, center yourself on the mat, come down all the way onto your back. Let's hug the knees into the chest and roll side to side. Roll it out. Just kind of iron that out. We're setting up for this final relaxation. Good. We're going to bring the knees to center. Use your core. Feet come down to the mat. They can come down one at a time. So feel free to make any movements, any adjustments to get comfortable for your final relaxation. Arms are at your side, palms up. I like palms up because it opens the chest, it opens the front of the shoulders. palms down kind of closes off our shoulders. So I like palms up. Now you keep your knees bent. That's really great for any low back issues. You could stretch the legs out, see what feels good for you. You could have a blanket roll or bolster under the knees. You could have a chair there and prop your feet up on the chair. Have a little tuck of the chin. Then relax the neck, the jaw, the shoulder. So we want the back of the neck long. You could even have a little pillow under your head. What we don't want is the chin popping up towards the ceiling and the back of the neck being kind of shortened. So we want length in the back of the neck. Let your eyes relax. Let your jaw relax. Let your shoulders, arms, upper back relax. Nice breaths into the belly. Inhale, feel the belly rise. Exhale, feel the belly fall. So the whole back relaxes. Your hips, pelvis relax. Feel free to make any adjustments to the body. Legs relax. The thighs, the knees, the calves, the feet, ankles, toes. Try to let everything relax. Try to hold zero tension in the body. So this final relaxation is where we let all of the poses settle into the body, into the muscle memory, into the muscles, right? Into the joints. When we're in this final relaxation, this is where our body starts to rebuild. The body rejuvenates. Keep feeling your breath. Inhale, feel your belly rise. Exhale, feel the belly fall. As you're in this final relaxation, let the eyes close. Let the face soften. And I invite you to visualize your bones building, getting stronger. Visualize the muscles getting stronger. Visualize your joints flexible, the joints moving with ease. Visualize your immune system working perfectly. The body-mind connection working perfectly. Scan the body. See if you're holding tension anywhere. Start at the feet. Slowly scan the body, moving up. Go slow, body part by body part. Moving slowly all the way up till you reach the top of the head. If you find any spots where you need to adjust, you could adjust your body. Or maybe just by finding that spot, acknowledging it, the body starts to relax, or the breath can move to that part. So we want those full breaths. Nice, full, even inhale, and a nice, full, even exhale. Wow, my timer says that the workout is done. So that was our 5-minute relaxation. It felt faster to me. Let's wiggle our fingers. Let's wiggle our toes. Bring some movement into the body. Let's bend our knees. Bring our feet to the mat. And we'll just rock the hips side to side. Loosen up the back. Maybe take a stretch or a little twist, whatever the body might feel like it needs. And then when you're ready, you're going to roll onto your side, either side. Doesn't matter. Use your arms to come up to sitting. Sit comfortably. Tailbone's going to move back a little. Heart lifts a little. You could even have your legs stretched out or your knees bent in front of you, whatever feels good. But we want to try to move the tailbone back and lift the heart. So we have a nice healthy curve in the low back with our shoulders over our hips. Let's close our class with one sun breath. We're going to bring the fingertips down beside us. Inhale, hands come up, let the palms touch. And exhale, bring the thumbs to the heart. So this is a symbol of honoring our body, honoring our yoga practice, honoring each other. And I'm very thankful you practiced with me today. This ends our class. Namaste. I hope you like this practice. If you found it helpful, I'd love for you to share it with someone else. Give me a thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that you like the video, and they will help other people find it. The more thumbs up, the more comments, the more shares I get. That helps YouTube spread my videos to other people. If you haven't subscribed already, think about hitting the subscribe button, and then every time I put out a new video, you're going to get a notification that tells you I've got a new video for you. Leave me a comment. I love to hear your comments. I love to hear where you are. My goal is to share yoga with the world, so I love to hear where you are and where you're watching me from. And until our next video, our next class, our next time, bye-bye.